This video introduces reading documentation using the pinfo command. Man pages have a very formal format which is useful as a command reference but is less useful for providing readable general documentation. Many applications use GNU Info or text info system for formatting and publishing their on-system documentation because it's more readable. Info structured help is provided as hyperlinked documents known as info nodes. These documents can be displayed using the original info command or using the later pinfo command. With no other options, info takes you directly to the top directory of all the nodes and all the information that's available. The original command is black and white, works fundamentally the same way as the newer version, but is less useful because it's less visual. Notice as I move my arrow key up and down, let's go to the tar topic. I need to place my cursor on top of the topic that I want, or anywhere on the line that I want, and hit my enter key to go into it. Whoops. So I've gone directly into the tar, and if I want to get back out of it, I can use U to go back up or D to go back to the directory. It works, but the pinfo command you'll find is much more useful. It's easier to see where you are. So I'll do a Q to quit and invoke pinfo instead. Much better. Notice at the top that it will tell us where we are and give us hints as to how to move around on that top bar. Also, each of the hyperlinks is actually marked here in red so we can see where we are. And as I use my arrow key to move around, notice that I'm only going to the highlighted hyperlinks and not scrolling through the whole screen, which is unnecessary. Let's go back to tar again, hit my enter key. It's the same info node, the tar info node, but notice my red highlight on the first section. Instead of being up at the top of the screen, I'm actually down on the menu. So these are the sections of the tar info: introduction, tutorial, tar invocation, operations, backup, choosing. Let's start off with the first one. I expect this to be section number 1. Let me hit my enter key. Sure enough, it's section number 1. Section number 1, introduction, has a number of subsections: book contents, definitions, what tar does, naming tar archives. And I'm expecting those to be sections or subsections 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Let's hit the enter key and look at the first one, book contents. Yeah, it's section 1.1. At the top of the screen in the blue bar, it says that the next subsection is definitions. Well, we just saw that on the front screen. But the way you would get to that is as simple as N for next. So this should take me N for next to 1.2. At the top of the screen, it says that next, 1.3, is a subsection what tar does. And next, naming tar archives. So that is N to walk through the subsections in order. To go backwards, P for previous, from 1.4 to 1.3 to 1.2. I can also go up. From the subsections within 1, going up takes you to the top of 1. So if I just do a U for up, that will take me to 1, which was the introduction. And if I go up from here, we're now at the main level of sections for tar info. And if I go up, that should take me to the main page of tar info. And it does. So to reiterate, enter key when you're on a hyperlink to go into a section or subsection, N and P to go next and previous within sections on the same level, and U to go back up at any point. Once you've gone into a number of sections and you want to get out completely, you want to go all the way up, you can do a T for top, and this will take you directly to the top of that info node. Also, if you want to go completely out and into the main directory that we saw when we first came into the pinfo tool, you can always get to it directly from wherever you are with D for directory. So we've been looking at some of the information for tar. Let's quit this. If we look at the man page for tar, this is very technical. You know, we use this for command syntax, and we use this for looking up technical details about how tar works. But as far as learning it and understanding tar, it's not all that useful as a starting point. So notice the difference. Highly technical is what man pages are for. But the info system is far more readable. As I just did, notice you can go directly into a topic without going through the front directory. Even more so, you can go directly to a particular command or subtopic if you know what the name of it is. Let me give you an example. If I look for ls, I know that ls is in here, but it's not a major info node. Sure enough, it goes directly to ls, and notice that it's a subsection. On the top blue bar, I can see that the section that it's in, the actual info node, is core utils. But if I were to pretend that I didn't know that, going up from 10.1 will take us back to 10. Going up again will take you from, this section level up to the top of this info node, which is called core utils. And at any time, if I want to go back to the main directory, D to go to the top one to scroll through looking for other things. The bash command that you have started learning, there's a lot of information within the man page, and it's fairly cryptic and highly technical. As a way to start, you're going to be using man pages for looking up bash syntax a lot, but again, it's a little bit more easy to read and have bash as a concept be explained by using the info node as a starting, learning point. Anytime that the info system does not have a topic for something that you're looking for example, if I were to look up the less command, that's not going to be in the info nodes. But the GNU info system is configured that if it can't find what you're looking for, it will automatically go to look in the man pages to see if there's a relevant topic. So notice we got the man page called less. And since we're in pinfo, the keystrokes for man, which uses less pagination, are not going to work here. However, standard pinfo syntax, page up, page down, arrow keys, that's going to work. And if there are hyperlinks within this page, they would work also. And to get out, Q to quit. Because the pinfo system, the info node system, has a main directory and everything is hyperlinked, there's value to setting aside time for just browsing to see what information is available here. And this will also be the practice required to become comfortable with the hyperlink concepts of top, up, next, and previous. So spend some time now browsing the info node system. This concludes the introduction to reading documentation using pinfo.